Hello friends and enemies, I'm here with my top 5 shonen and seinen mangas that I read this year. This does not mean that they were published this year or that they came out this year. A lot of them did come out this year, but these are the top 5 that I read. I think I have 5 for each one of these, I'm not positive. I definitely need to up my shonen reading next year, so if you have recs for me, drop them down below. It's just not the genre I'm the most familiar or comfortable with because it's kind of newer to me in some ways outside of anime formats. It's a whole thing. Anyways, I've got my top 5 here for you today. I'm really excited. I'll also have another video, of course, with shoujo and josei recs and favorites from this year. If there's other manga related like favorite videos you would like to see in the future, let me know down below. I'm happy to do those. I'm just kind of starting slow this year because I think it's easier to just kind of showcase the two titles grouped together. So we're gonna jump right into it and we're gonna start with my top 5 shonen mangas that I read this year. If anyone has issues with where anything is categorized, I'm just going to note that I went off the information available from the publishers for these categories. So that's where I got this data. It is literally what is available online to tell you what category it's in. Our first titles are shonen. So we're going to go through my top 5 shonen titles that I read this month. Most of these I think I did get down, but there's a couple like way up high that I cannot reach. So those stayed put because I didn't feel like getting the step ladder out. But these two are categorized technically as shonen I, or however you say it, I'm not sure. These two are my BL titles, Boys Love, for the year of 2022 that I just absolutely adored and cannot wait for more. So first up we have Manly Appetites, which is complete at 3 volumes. And if you haven't picked this up, this is a delightful coworker story about a guy who loves to buy treats for his chubby coworker and has a big crush on him. And it's just them figuring out like that they like each other, and it's just really adorably sweet and cute. Great time. Then we have The Other World's Books Depend on the Bean Counter. It's an isekai manga where he actually travels through the world with the other person that has been summoned in an attempt to save them. And to feel useful, he continues his job of accounting, but in this fantasy world where he and the Knight's Guard kind of start this little romance, and it's really cute. And I'm really mad because I read the first 2 and we have to wait until like May of 2023 for volume 3. I messed up. I messed up, y'all. It's fine though. We're here. It's okay. We have a really cute one that I think is just going to be a blast to keep reading as the series continues to come out, and I, as a cat owner, just loved it. And that is Cat and Gamer. Volume 1 and 2 are out so far this year. My cat is literally wreaking havoc right now in my room while I film this, so go figure. So this one follows a office worker who adopts a stray kitten that was found in the parking lot and creates like a Twitter account for them, and it's just like learning about owning a cat, and it's a really cute journey and really sweet and fun and wholesome, unlike the next 2 titles. So next we do have Chainsaw Man, which I really am surprised at how much I've enjoyed it. But I think it has some really great commentary on society and cultural norms and expectations, even as an American reading it. And I also think that it's just really good, really great read. Highly recommend. It is available on your Viz app as well if you're curious on picking it up and don't want to pick up the volumes physically. I've got quite a few of them, but I do need to continue. I've only read like the first couple, but I'm excited to keep reading it in 2023. Next is my all-time favorite, and like I feel like it's just a given. Like I have too many of this character around my room to not have this be my #1 shonen that I read in 2023, and that's Jujutsu Kaisen. I read this, I rewatched the anime to read this, and I watched the movie, and I am dying for season 2. So this is my #1 pick. I think this is just such a fun journey of kids learning about their abilities and having to fight demons and monsters, and it mixes my favorite things about shonen mangas into one book. Plus we have our silver hair teacher, which is like has been my thing since I don't even know how long, so just fulfilling all the things. Yeah, I cannot wait for season 2 and to keep reading the mangas and get caught up here because I'm pretty close. Another one that is also available on your Viz app if you're curious. Okay, let's talk about my seinen titles. Again, all data is based off of what the publishers share and say these are. So we're gonna start with The Given, which is Sweat and Soap volume 11. This ended in 2022. I said next year, 2023. This ended in 2022, and I feel like my list would be incomplete without talking about one of my all-time favorites, and the fact that this was just an absolute masterpiece of a series. I love it so much. I'm sad it's over, but I'm excited to like reread it again. Probably, honestly, at some point next year, we'll do a little reread of it. It's just a series that got me back into manga big time, and I can't be more thankful for it, to be honest with you. I also just think it's one of those ones, if you haven't picked it up, I know the premise is weird, where he is really into how she smells, and he designs soap, finds herself to be a very sweaty person, which is like a thing, and he loves how her sweat smells. I just think it's precious. I think it's amazing. I honestly, truly cannot recommend this enough. The series pays off so nicely, and it's such a nice example of a solid relationship, in my opinion. I think it shows like really good relationship dynamics, and I saw a lot of things reflected back that I see in my own relationship that's been like a very long time together. So I really just appreciate that part of Sweat and Soap. So pick it up if you haven't. Next, we are going to talk about I'm a Wolf, but My Boss is a Sheep. This is one that made my list because it really surprised me how much I enjoyed Volume 1 and how excited I was to get Volume 2 in November. I was just really startled by how much I liked this. The art is cute, of course, but this one surprised me because it is another co-working one, and I generally, like, in my regular books, I don't like co-worker stuff, but in manga lately, I've enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to. So this follows a guy who leaves the sales to go work with the sheep people. And their group is like all sheep. So like they've run off other animals. And he kind of has a crush on his boss, and she has a crush on him, and they're really just an adorable dynamic together. It's really fun watching them work together and like kind of deal with the inter-community issues between wolves and sheep and the different animals in the workforce, because there's not just wolves and sheep. But yeah, it's really freaking cute. Next, we have one of my favorite Yuri mangas I've read this year, and that's Catch These Hands. This surprised me but didn't. So first of all, like, the title, of course, is an absolute blast of a title. I love this title. It's so funny. It's so silly. And that's part of what made me pick it up. I'm not going to deny this. But former high school rivals end up dating in the future as adults, and it is about one of them right here, one of our heroines trying to get her life together and get her things together and stop job hopping and all these things. And then this other heroine over here, she is working at the department store and helping her pick out some new clothes. Lo and behold, they realize who each other are, and it just spirals into this whole thing. And it's just been really cute, really fun, very silly, but absolutely delightful sapphic or Yuri romance. Next, we have the title I keep telling everyone to read, and honestly, if you're not reading this and you read any other mangas I like, you are missing out, and that is Skip and Loafer. Skip and Loafer is almost my favorite seinen that I've read this year, because there's one other that takes the cake, and there's reasons. So this is my favorite slice of life that I've read this year, and I am pumped every single month that we get a new volume, and I read it pretty quickly because I just can't wait. Like, I literally cannot wait. So if you aren't reading a slice of life about a girl who moves from the countryside to Tokyo to go to high school and starts making friends and is on this journey of making friends and figuring out life, you are missing out, and you need to pick up Skip and Loafer immediately. Also, like, there's also like a nice element of romance to it as well. The last seinen title is probably no surprise to anyone who has followed my channel, but if you're new here, you may not know this. My obsession is Blood on the Tracks. This manga was very hyped in a good way. I'm not going to say it wasn't hyped in a bad way, but like, it's been very hyped. It's been very talked about. It's definitely one of those ones that like either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. But for me, it has been incredible. The fact that 13 volumes are the prologue to the story, and where we are right now in volume 11, I just got a shipping notification for volume 12, and I am just like, I need it right now. Like, I need it right now, y'all. Right now. So, this was incredible. This follows a boy who is, like, all the content warnings going into this one also. Like, we have child abuse, sexual abuse, like, there's just so much. There's narcissistic mother, animal abuse, it has it all. This is a thriller manga. This is a psychological thriller, I guess, really. This follows a boy who is on this journey to live life and get through with his mom, who is something. It's intense. I can't tell you a ton because it will spoil this book. So they're on a journey, he's learning a lot, and there's a lot going on. And by volume 11, things have gone so far, we have just taken turn after turn, that you're kind of just in shock the whole time. And I cannot wait to see what volume 12 brings me in 13 and the end of this prologue. I will be surprised if this doesn't continue to stay on a favorites list until it's done, because it is definitely just one of those ones that I cannot put down. Every time I get a new volume, it is like, I gotta sit down and read it immediately. There is no wait time. So that is all of my favorite shonen and seinen mangas I read in 2023. Please let me know in the comments your favorites or what one you think I should pick up based on these ones that I loved. And if you don't want to do that, leave me a butterfly emoji, because there's a butterfly on the last volume of Blood on the Tracks emoji in the comments if you made it this far. And I will have links to all these manga for you down below, as well as links to my friend anywhere on the internet. And I will see y'all again in a few days. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get